Hello again, sports fans. Welcome to the chat. Corey Smith is in the house.
Yes.
I'm Jeff Cook. This is week number 906 on this 4th day of November 2025. Hopefully everybody had a safe and happy Halloween.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've been in the studio. It's probably
I know. A fortnight ago we were on the square, and then we missed a couple. We missed the.
I was joking last week. Like we'll do a sports chat, a town hall, sports chat there with the champions of the community there.
Well, so I know you got a lot of footage. So last Tuesday we attended the dinner of the champions of the community, and that was sponsored by Community Media along with a lot of other sponsors, right?
Yep.
And it was acknowledging the work of different nonprofits. I think they had some winners. We got a phone. Okay, we got a phone call.
We'll get that in a few minutes there. Yeah,
but you said little Bobby, he needs help with his homework.
But you're saying about the nonprofits there, within the area there.
Yeah.
It was a very...
The riding stables, they won an award, and the rec park. Al Moyer spoke for the rec park. So.
And then we were talking about the, this building itself and, the transformations that, the renovations and all that there. So it was a...
we saw it right here in this building. How many years have we been here? Anybody know? Because I know Sean's dad, Steve Garrett, I was glad to see him at the dinner, and I recalled him being here and doing a lot of hours because these are big walls and high ceilings and everything else. So I know we've been here for a while.
I say a few decades there. So
over 20 years.
That's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
But
and we completed another successful season of Game of the Week. Which why don't we do? If Robert can hang with us, and I know he can hang with just about anybody, we'll do our hot seat Shining Star and come back to Robert. What do you got?
Before we get to the Shining Star hot seat, what was your the highlight of the season from the football season itself there? I have one that will probably...
Okay, so... This would be in the category of I didn't see that coming. Like Grant Johnson, week 2 against Waynesboro, 370 passing yards. Is that really? You feel like you almost have to watch the tape again and see how I think it's the second highest total in Gettysburg High School history. That's just one moment that popped out for me. How about you?
Mine was probably the Warwick New Oxford game. How that was going back and forth, and we were saying before that play happened was the rules for overtime.
Yeah.
And you get Rios, with the pick 6 touchdown.
I almost want to watch that again because sometimes I'm doing a lot up there. I'm doing stats or looking away, and I didn't actually. Why don't you take us through the play? Because I know it was a screen pass to the far side of the field. Next thing you know, he's running in for a score.
Yeah, I'm going to pull this up here. I'm not sure if the guys in the back can pull that video from the highlights there, but
well, that was certainly, and that was that the first time we ever had co-players of the game?
That was the first time we had co.
And Brody Holmes, he's a repeat. So, well, once we get to Shining Star, I got somebody who was actually a player of the game 2 years in a row in 2 different sports. Well, not yet in basketball, but Blaine Hubbard, Bermudian. We'll talk more about it.
I like that pick there. I'm going to get to...
Because they had a thrilling win over Big Spring, and now they move on. As it turns out, I'm not covering New Oxford, their game against Spring Grove. I'm going to be covering Gettysburg College men's basketball opener under new head coach Matt. I'm drawing a blank here, but the new head coach at Gettysburg College. So, yeah, I'm sure I'll know it before the story comes out on Saturday.
I'll be at the game, as a spectator there, so I'll be. I can give you insights of how that game is going there. But
Well, if you want to shoot like a player of the game, I mean,
I can.
you can go down there afterwards and, you work that press pass for all it's worth,
Yeah,
man.
I'll try it. The golden ticket there.
Yeah.
So before we get to the Robert there, you're shining
Act
star.
like you own the place, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, just-
Walk in
yeah.
there. Shining star, well, I'm Philly-centric, so I like the Sixers. VJ Edgecombe is a good choice, 34 points in his. The Sixers are 5-1. I mean, I know it's early in the season, but they were such a disappointment last year. All of a sudden, they have depth, and the future is bright. On the local level, Lane Hubbard, we've seen him do a lot over the last couple of years. He's also a baseball player. But football, basketball, we don't cover baseball as a norm. But he had a great game against Stallone, one player of the game, and then this past week against Big Spring, the Berm trailed early, and Lane Hubbard just kind of imposed his will, completed passes, including one to his younger brother. I think he's a sophomore, Josh Hubbard, ran the ball effectively. And, I mean, when you watch him play on defense, he's really a lockdown defender, too. So he gets my vote for a shining star. And they have, I don't know who they play, actually. So we'll see.
I can dig that up in just a minute there.
Yeah, I think it's pretty far away. It might be Berks Catholic or something like that. But, and then, well, go ahead. I don't want to get off topic.
My shining star, I'm going to go with football realm there. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Quarterback Sam Darnold. He was just on fire. He was in fuego.
Carl remembers him.
Yes. Yes.
The Rose Bowl.
Oh, the Rose Bowl there. But
The big daddy of them all.
he was 16 for 16 in the first half. Did not have it incomplete until the third quarter where he had an incomplete pass. He only had like 4 incompletions. He had an interception late in the game there. But he ties the Seahawks record for 17 for 17, going back to Warren Moon back in 1998. But 4 touchdowns in the first half was just incredible.
Speaking of moon, did you see the full moon tonight?
I did not. I have to.
Check it out.
Once we had that break in
the
the action from sports chat to trivia, I'll go out.
Yeah, check it out. I
see
mean,
that.
I don't want to get off task here. So, who else you got?
That's all I have right now. But
Okay.
actually, we can put Will Smith. Will Smith for
Yeah.
the Dodgers.
Yeah, again, how about Yamamoto?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go with Smith and Yamamoto. Yamamoto, shades of Madison Bumgarner. Remember that? I mean, it was 13 years ago or something. I think 2012, where he had 2 winning starts, and then he pitched, I think, at least 4 innings in the game 7. Yamamoto 2 complete games, and he pitched 2 plus.
Yeah, he had the complete game in the NLCS against the Brewers, and then got the complete game in Game 2 there. But he's the first pitcher to get back-to-back wins in Game 6, Game 7 on the road. The last time that was done was Randy Johnson in 2001. So this just shows you just the presence. He threw 235 pitches. I mean, the era that we're in right now. You don't,
right. I mean, I know Tani, obviously, he's amazing, but kind of the way Dave Roberts used his bullpen, he didn't really trust his relievers. So a lot of the innings were chewed up by starters. Like Glasnow came out of Snell, they all came out of the bullpen at one point or another.
All the starters pitched Game 7. I mean,
is this something in the future? It's, maybe you don't need 9 guys in the bullpen, half of whom you don't trust.
And that was their big.
But you can't do it for a season. I mean,
in a playoff series,
the chips have got to be all on the line. I mean, it almost has to be the World Series. So.
Yeah, it basically has to be Game 7, Game 6.
It's all hands on deck. I mean, the Blue Jays had plenty of chances to win it. It didn't come down to any bad calls. The best chance was, second and third, nobody out. The
Or
guy,
bases loaded, in the ninth.
yeah. But the other inning I'm thinking of is when, I guess I'm thinking of Game 6.
Game 6. That's where I was going to.
Guy swings at the first pitch, pop up, and the next guy hits into the
That double play.
7-4 double play. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then before that, you had the ball lodged right underneath the fencing.
So it would have been a run scored and a triple, maybe. Mm-hmm. Was that? Yeah, I don't know. If
It's
that was,
just
I
one of
mean,
those-
it's a gap. Usually those are doubles, but it ended up being a ground rule double because of that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
What's your hot seat there?
well, I'm just thinking of teams that are disappointing, and I'm going to say the Commanders. I mean, what's their record? 3-7.
3-7.
So who do you got? I mean, there are lots of guys that have gotten fired. And I love to hear who you have because a lot of college coaches have been fired.
You put it
Who's
right
the
up.
guy they fired the GM? And did they? By the way, who won that game last night? Cardinals or Cowboys?
The Cardinals.
So how about putting Jerry Jones on the hot seat as GM? Maybe he should fire himself as GM. Mm-hmm. I mean, he owns the team, but maybe he needs to get
Relieve of his
a new set of
duties,
eyes
yeah.
in there.
I'm going to go with the college ranks there. I'm going to go with Auburn. They fired their head coach, Hugh Freeze, after 3 seasons. He was with Liberty beforehand, and he is on the growing list of head coaches getting the axe, before we get to November and such there. And that was done on Sunday and such there. So the Tigers offensively ranked towards the bottom of the NCAA. With
They've
100.
really been irrelevant the last few. You
yeah.
never even hear them as a team that can win games. So.
Of 135 schools in Division I, in yards per game, they are averaging about 330 yards. That ranks 105th.
Wow.
I mean, it's just other numbers there.
Wow.
They're just offensively, they lost this past weekend to Kentucky 10-3. You don't see too many college games 10-3. So
How about? I'm flashing back to that New Oxford Warwick game. I love that choice because that was really like you said, old school football. New Oxford had 5 first downs the whole game, 103 total yards or something like that.
I got the play. The viewers won't be able to see. I kind of got this pulled up here, but it was just one of those. Jack Rios was able to just snare.
Like a bubble screen or something? Yeah, run it back again. Okay. They're deep in their own territory.
Let me just go right.
Okay. Out of the
they
gun.
had the wide receiver at the far end there, and
But he doesn't throw it very far.
where he just had a low throw, and Rios is just right at the
grabbed
line
it.
and was able. Usually, a play like that, you kind of just bat it down,
Yeah,
but
right.
he was able to just kind of reach up, grab, and then off to the races he went. No one was able to touch him, and when they scored that touchdown, it was 3 minutes left in the game, and New Oxford's defense was able to just lock in and just shut it down.
Yeah. As the coach said, he's an interesting cat. That was how I made
remember
the
that
story.
quote there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I didn't. That was not part of our player of the game interview, but I used that in the paper. So. All right. Who else got fired? I feel like there are more people that.
Well, the GM for the Dolphins, Chris Greer,
and they said their coach is next, so they put McDaniel in the hot seat too.
he's basically on.
He's rent-a-coach for the.
Yeah, you're not going to go with an interim. They're just going with the pieces that they have.
The fish.
Yeah, it's the fish is.
Stink.
Yeah, it's not a good fish right now. So
Yeah.
let's see. Maybe Robert has.
Robert, hey, let's segue right into the Broncos. Are they? I mean, maybe that's not a surprise to you, Robert, and thank you for your patience. But the Broncos, they have really exceeded some. I mean, a lot of people knew they were going to be good, but Did you think they would be this good?
I mean, I had them winning the West there. So
They just find ways to win games. What was the score of their game this week?
their score last
18-15
week,
or something?
18-15. They came back once again. They're down by multiple scores going to the fourth quarter, second half, and they just find a way to win the game there. I know C.J. Stroud was out of the game with a concussion there, but still they're. You're building onto this lead right now, which they have a 2-game lead now with Kansas City there. So, which they play Kansas City in 2 weeks there.
Weren't they? They were overseas. Was that game played in England?
No, that was statewide. No, that was played in
last
Houston
week
there.
Played.
I think that was about like a month ago when they were in playing the Jets there.
Time flies.
Right now the Broncos are 7-2, Chargers 6-3, and the Chiefs are 5-4. So
no one has better than a 7-2 record because the Colts lost. Correct.
Correct there.
Did you see that coming? The Steelers. I mean, 6 turnovers. I mean, T.J. Watt. Maybe he inspired his teammates.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised seeing how that game was going because, you look at the Colts and, the way that they were able to have a, 7-1. I wouldn't say they were the best team in the conference, but they were playing really well in that stretch there, a little blimp on the radar. But it kind of just shows, the Steelers.
Indiana Jones, nice moniker. I just heard that for the first time over the weekend. But
I heard that a couple times there, too, there. So,
yeah.
I mean, you look at the teams that are winning their divisions in the AFC. You got 3 of the 4 that are 7-2.
How about the Patriots? We got to put them in, the shining stars.
I mean, they're on a 6-game winning streak. They had a battle with the Falcons, and they won that game 24-23. And they're playing what their schedule is. Yes, it's a little. Easier.
1-point games. There have been a lot of them. Penn State lost a couple of 1-point games, and
it's going to be interesting.
Robert's still there, or did we?
I'm hearing muffling.
Yeah, Robert. Go. Hey, buddy, what's up?
I want to ask you a question.
Shoot.
What should I say about Penn State? Beginning of the year.
Oh man.
What did I tell you about them?
You
they
said
would
that
stink.
I think I told you the head coach would be gone, and I put him on the hot seat. That one week when we were here.
Yeah, I mean, one year we turned it around. He was 2-2. He got on the hot seat, and then they won a bunch in a row. But
now it just remained hot.
The mojo couldn't help him this year. So yeah, Robert. What else? I mean, are you proud of the Broncos? I mean, do you think they have a chance to win it all?
Well, first of all, we're going to talk about Penn State first, though.
Okay. How bad they are? Well, they lost 5 in a row now?
They're on a 5-game losing streak. They got Indiana this week, so more likely than not, they're not going to win. This week.
But they played Ohio State tough for half.
Yeah, for about they went to the halftime. It was 17-14. Ohio State was up, and they scored 3 touchdowns.
Salin was, 20 for 23, and Penn State secondary was supposedly great. Obviously, they weren't.
Yeah, they were torching. They would double cover, Smith, and Tate would be wide open. I would say, Tate and Smith is probably the best wide receiver duos in college football this year. And it's just one of those, you have a quarterback of saying just, right now he's the favorite to win the Heisman right now. And, when you have those weapons, I mean, the thing is, yes, they haven't been tested, but his numbers right now, his completion percentage.
Did he play it all last year?
Oh, he was a red shirt.
Oh, well,
so
I guess, yeah. Go ahead.
Can you go look in your book there, and what did I say to you about the beginning of the year?
Oh boy.
Have to go back to August probably.
Let's see here. Don't wait for me. Go ahead. I'll look at this. You keep chatting.
But hey, sorry, Carl, about your Penn State game.
August 19th. Robert. Williams Grove, top 5.
What was the headline there with Penn State? I'm guessing they would go not to a bowl game. I think that was your prediction.
I don't write down everything. You
just
say.
kind of just
A lot of it
the
I have
highlights.
right here,
Yeah.
so you know.
And right here too.
I had to see where you were pointing. Okay. I'm not seeing it.
What was the prediction there, Robert?
And I looked at what they're going to do for the year. I see the head coach not lasting for the rest of the year. They're going to be looking for a head coach for next year too.
Who?
For Penn State.
Oh well, he's an interim, so yeah, I
Terry
would think
Smith,
the odds are
that's-
against him
yeah.
staying. He's had a daunting task.
And typically when you hire a head coach, you're not going to get rid of them during that next season there. So, and there's a plethora of head coaches that are vacant right now. You got LSU, Florida, Penn State, Oklahoma State, Auburn. Let me see here. You got Arkansas, Virginia Tech. So that's just a little handful of schools right there. So it's going to be interesting of what the top dog or what is the best coaching vacancy out there right now. I would probably lean maybe towards LSU, Florida, and Penn State there, but it really all depends on the NIL, the revenue and all that.
Miles,
there.
he got fired recently, didn't he? A month ago, maybe.
Les Miles, that was. Are you talking about the
LSU.
Brian? Oh, that was Brian Kelly.
Oh God, Les Miles was his predecessor, Brian Kelly. So how much do they have to pay him to fire him?
I think that was
More than Franklin.
I think that was more than Franklin there.
Yeah,
So
Brian
that
Kelly.
was
Oh, my bad.
So it's it's going to be it. Yeah.
Can we put him on the hot seat right now?
Sure. Yeah. We can
Who?
put Brian Kelly on the hot seat there.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
well actually we should.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of that, but
They got beat down to Texas A&M. They got Alabama this week, so that doesn't look good for LSU's chances there. So and then later on, about 45 minutes, we're going to be knowing what the first rankings are in the college football playoffs there.
like
So
top 12 to see who's in, who's out. So
the
it's
top-
pretty much.
the top 25 they'll go
Oh,
through,
okay.
but they'll show
rank-
the
they're
playoff
good, yeah.
teams and all that there. But
Yeah. What about a team like Navy? I mean, BYU right now would be in, right? They're at number 8 undefeated.
right now, yeah, because they're
Plus
leading
they
the
played
Big
last
12
year.
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a little history. Go ahead, Robert.
I'm really sorry about your football team against the Broncos. We give you.
They got hosed by those officials. Didn't you see your guys? They thought they were in a rodeo. They hogtied Dallas Goedert, took him to the ground, got out their lassos, started roping him up, and that was tragic. It was not good.
I forgot all about that. That was like a month ago.
I haven't.
Yep. Yeah.
The fire burns bright. The Eagles got hosed. They would have won that game, but they went into an offensive funk. So they talk about they have a bye week and then they play on Monday. Mm-hmm. So maybe A.J. Brown will be back. That's at Green Bay.
Yeah.
That is a game I want to watch as opposed to last night's
Snoozer.
stinker,
Yeah.
snoozer. Okay, but you say the Cardinals won and no Murray at quarterback.
And they're going with Brissett going forward, or this upcoming week they're going with.
Brissett, what
you
a
know.
great story. Everywhere he goes, they love him, and when he gets his chance,
Yeah, he finds a way to get the starting job there. But I mean, you look at the NFC East there with the Eagles. Right now, they're 6-2, and correction with the Commanders, they're 3-6.
Okay,
3-6 because
not
we just
7.
finished nine.
But
weeks
now
there.
Daniels
But,
is out.
yeah, that was a gruesome injury there with dislocation of the elbow or however it
Don't
was.
show
but,
it. Don't let your kids watch this.
The thing is
Don't let Robert watch it.
why was he still playing in the game when you're down by 31 points in the fourth quarter? I felt like they could have put Mariota in, or just run the ball.
Mariota hasn't been bad off the bench.
I mean, just one of those. Hey, let's just wave the white flag. Live for next
Cut
week
our
there.
losses,
But
'cause exactly. He's your franchise, so that's one. Maybe we should put Coach Quinn on the hot seat. Go ahead, Robert.
It was 20-17.
What's that?
21-13. Broncos won over the Eagles.
Oh yeah, they scored late. Yeah, that was a tough game. It was Peyton went for 2, and they went up by a point, and then that changed the whole complexion of the game. And we said right here, I mean, long before everybody else was saying Andy Reid was a Hall of Fame coach, we were saying, hey, he's a Hall of Fame coach. Same thing with Sean Payton. I think he's a Hall of Fame coach. But, that's a controversial subject matter. Who gets in the Hall of Fame? Is it pure numbers? No.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Hey, Chloe,
yes.
and what did you think about the clobbering of the Broncos clobbering the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean,
44.
yeah. I mean that's been a few weeks back now, but yeah. I mean that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite the showing there, and just with the Broncos, they are the cardiac,
Find a way to win in the fourth quarter.
Horses there,
The classic was against the Giants. They scored how many points in the fourth quarter?
just the
30?
quarter itself there was like 40-some points combined with them.
Yeah.
With the two teams there, it was just crazy of just. Down by 19 going in the fourth quarter and then finding a way to win the game with 2-point conversions left and right.
Is Bo Nix an MVP candidate
in
the league?
I wouldn't say so, just because what he does for a complete body of work of a game there.
Yeah. Josh Allen, how about him? Is he a candidate?
Yeah, I say it's probably Josh Allen and even Drake May. For that matter.
There was even discussion of
Jonathan Taylor there.
Taylor on the
I mean,
Colts,
for a running back, it's hard. I mean, seeing
a la Barkley last year.
Barkley having 2,000 yards and not even being in MVP caliber there. So you really have to do a lot there, and it's been a while since we even saw a running back get MVP there. Usually that goes to the Offensive Player of the Year. It's almost like the MVP is designated for just the quarterback itself there. So, see what happens there. But
yes,
I'm going for an upset this week.
go ahead.
How about the Saints over the Carolina Panthers this week?
Okay, the Panthers could have a hangover after their exciting win over who'd they beat?
they beat the Packers.
The Packers. Yeah, that was not expected.
Yeah, Rico had quite the game there. Dowdle, he had 131 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So
Who?
Rico Dowdle,
He's former Cowboy.
Former Cowboy running back there.
Yeah,
so
okay.
looking at.
What is your prediction for that game?
For that game itself, there, I'll probably go with the Cats. There, I'll go with the Panthers.
Are they 5-4?
Yeah,
I mean,
5-4, a very quiet 5-4
and
there.
Bryce Young and kind of quieted a few doubters along the way, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's just they've been playing some good football there, and they're in the discussion there. I wouldn't say they're a playoff team right now, but they're playing respectable from where they were the last couple of years. But the Saints, who knows where they're going? They're 1-8, and you got Tyler Shuck, that was from Louisville. He is an older rookie. He's 26, 27 years old. So, see how he fares. You had Spencer Rattler. He got benched. He wasn't playing really good football. So
They had big troubles in the Big Easy for sure.
Yeah, I just don't see the Saints winning this game, and this is in Carolina. The weather's supposed to be tremendous. It looks like they're saying 70 degrees and sunny, so that shouldn't be an issue. But I like the Panthers being 6-4, and that would be something I did not see happening after 10 weeks of the football season.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think the score's going to be?
What was that again?
So what do you think the score's going to be?
I'm not. I don't know. Let's go. I don't know. 27-13. 27-13. I'm not the greatest
Corey.
at prediction that, but 27-13.
I'll write it down. I couldn't find anything about your prediction for Penn State, Robert. I'm sorry.
We trust your word there.
I'm going to say 30-20.
Okay, 30-20 Saints.
Saints.
And Corey says Cats 27-13. Okay. You did pick Broncos over Eagles back on September 30th. You did say Commanders over Chargers. You picked UCLA over Penn State. I mean, talk about a great week. That was September 30th.
That was quite the impressive upset there. Yeah,
Yeah, and you picked Northwestern over Penn State?
Yeah, he went back to back. That's when I didn't say he was.
I have to respect you. I look at this written evidence, and it's pretty persuasive. You're a Swami. You're a genius. Okay, how much money should I bet on the Saints? What's the point spread?
The spread of that is 5.5.
5.5.
Carolina's
So if you take
favored.
I should take the Saints and bet all my life savings?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I'll split it with you if I win. Should be a couple mil.
So, looking at the way the football is going about, we had the trade deadline today, and how about
Eagles were active.
Yeah, Eagles were active. Another team that was active was the Jets. The Jets now have they have a first-round pick from the Colts, a first-round pick from the Cowboys, and a second-round, in 2026, from Dallas as well.
Who'd they give up?
They gave up Quentin Williams,
The defensive.
defensive end there
Okay.
the Colts got Sauce Gardner. That secondary, yeah. So
Pretty respected,
The
right?
Colts gave up 2 first-round draft picks there, and this is something that the Colts need. Their secondary has been leaking some oil there, so that will be interesting. And this just comes off the Jets giving an extension to Sauce Gardner, so that's going to be something there. So they're definitely.
And what about somebody else? You said there was a.
The Seahawks got Rashid Shaheed from New Orleans there, so they're
They're sellers, no doubt.
they're bolstering up on their wide receivers, and when you have Jackson Smith and Jigba there, and just the way that offense is clicking, you get Shaheed. He is going to be one of those wide receivers that is. A slot guy, good kickoff and punt return guy, more so with the kickoff return. So this is a good under the radar, type of move there. Another one is the Raiders traded Jacoby Myers to Jacksonville for a fourth-round pick there. So, see how that fares. But
Hey, Corey. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go with one more upset for the week.
okay.
The Jets over Browns.
Jets over is that an upset?
I mean,
Maybe.
technically, because the Browns are favored by 2.5 points.
Yeah.
I think it's looking at the bulk of the games, I think that's the lowest scoring game projectively speaking.
Is Dylan Gabriel still the quarterback for the Browns?
He's the quarterback there. So right.
Oh, Flacco, he had another huge week.
Yeah, that was the chaotic of last 2 minutes. The Bears are up by 14, and the Bengals score a touchdown, go for the 2-point conversion, get the onside kick, score another touchdown, and it looks like the Bengals are going to get this impressive comeback win. And the Bears get a 58-yard touchdown to Williams to Loveland, and it's the
At
Bengals.
the end of the game.
Yeah, the Bengals couldn't tackle at all, and this is something that we've been saying for last couple years. The Bengals defensively is horrific.
Exactly.
So
they score 35 points and lose the game.
yeah,
Do we know a high school team like that locally?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
And Thursday night football. Broncos, Raiders. Broncos will win.
Thursday night. Okay, well, that's not a big upset, but the Raiders they got their tight end back, but
Yeah, Broncos are favored by 9.5 in that game, so I'll go with the Broncos as well. They should handle business with the Raiders.
the Raiders.
But
I'm going with the 52-30.
okay, I don't think it's going to be that many points, but we shall see there. But putting a pin on the Bengals, the last 2 games they have combined 80 points. They scored 38 against the Jets, and they scored 42, and they lost both of those games. So that just puts in perspective of just how poor their defense has been. And, Flacco's playing great football, but when you have no defense, you can only go so far. And I thought, they might have had a chance to make a run, with how the AFC North was, but I don't see them winning that division or making the playoffs there. It wouldn't shock me if the Ravens 3-5, they are actually the favorite to win that division. Even the Steelers being
the
5-3
Steelers
there.
win over the Colts notwithstanding. I mean, can they play that level of defense? I mean, if they can play that great defense and get takeaways, sure. But go ahead, Robert.
Well, I'm getting off here in about another couple more minutes here. It's time for trivia time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And my name will be related as bus companies.
As what?
Bus companies.
Okay.
So what name is going to be under some bus company?
Bus company. Some bus
A
company.
bus company.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks for the heads up. We'll try to scout you out. Now, go ahead. All right. Did he hang up?
I think he
All
did,
right,
yeah.
He's ready for trivia. Any parting thoughts or shout outs?
No, I think we covered a lot of ground there, and lots of sports that we covered.
All right. Well, fans, stay tuned for live trivia coming up in about 15 minutes. Don't change that dial. He's Corey Smith. I'm Jeff Cook. This is Sports Chat. Thanks for tuning in. Join us next Tuesday and almost every Tuesday here on Sports Chat. Good night, everybody. Mahalo.